Sweden is currently facing a cost of living crisis, driven by a recession, a decrease in our economy. The prices of energy, food and housing have steadily been rising to a point where people have a hard time taking care of the essential expenses. Have you been negatively affected by the recession?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. No, I haven't.
Yes.
Yes.
Not really, no.
Yes.
The reason for this crisis is a mix of both economic and social factors. High inflation, for instance, has led to increasing costs across many sectors. The Riksbank has maintained the policy rate at a high percentage during the beginning of 2024 to keep the inflation under control, therefore making it even more difficult to take loans. However, this decision has contributed to an increase in people's monthly expenses. People who are already burdened with loans or other mortgages are finding it even more challenging to make ends meet. Meanwhile, there is a wage stagnation and a relatively high unemployment rate in Sweden.
Global trends in the market and other conflicts have also been affecting Sweden's economy. For example, the war in Ukraine resulted in Sweden consuming a lot of capital to support Ukraine, where the energy price increased as Swedish GDP decreased because of the sanctions put on Russia.
What do you think this crisis could have for consequences in the long term for society?
I think there'll be political consequences, and I think the political parties or groups who either appear to be providing solutions for people or actually do give solutions for people will be the ones who ultimately benefit. Yeah.
Good.
This all leads to a difficult path. Basic necessities are hard to fulfill and essential living expenses are hard to pay. However, there could also be a psychological impact which one may struggle with depression or anxiety, but also purposely isolating themselves from social gatherings to save money. To learn about the psychological impact, we reached out to a psychologist. For people mentally affected by the cost of living crisis.
I think that most people are very stressed about the economical crisis because it creates a lot of pressure on you, and stress in the long run it's very hard on your body. So I think that stress mainly is the what people are affected by, and stress comes in very different forms. So
taking different demographics into account, is it possible to see how people live in densely populated areas like Stockholm and Malmö and those who live in sparsely populated areas such as Region Mitt are affected by the recession? In densely populated areas, the increase in housing prices is seen clearly, making it hard for young adults and adults to live alone because of their studies or other reasons, while those living in lessly populated areas are facing limited access to public service, employment, and education opportunities, often requiring long commutes, hindering productivity, and possibly affecting their mental health. Despite the difference, it's shown according to statistics that both populations have experienced growth in proportion of financial stress. The Riksbank has used monetary policies to decrease the policy rate as a mechanism to alleviate the crisis, giving other banks the opportunity to lower interest rates, leading to more households being able to borrow money. This in turn increases householders' purchasing power, which drives higher demand for products and productivity in business. However, it is necessary to be aware of the fact that monetary policy assessments are difficult, partially because forecasts are highly uncertain. Therefore, it's important to be guarded from social psychological pitfalls as group thinking, confirmation bias, especially in circumstances where there are a lot of global shocks.
Det kommer från liksom 18 månader av inflation, så att allt det här påverkar ju självklart. Att folk har mindre att röra sig med. Så generellt, ja, det har sålts mindre och utbudet har varit väldigt högt. Men nu börjar vi se en liten ljusning.